guys, this is Maria. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I will be sharing with you fun summer activities for your preschoolers. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I am a mom of two. I have a 3-year-old and 5-year-old, and on my channel, I focus a lot on homeschooling, Montessori at home, play-based activities, and just mommy content like routines, day in the lives, and all that good stuff. Over the summer, I'm not going to be posting many homeschool activities just because we just had this very intense few months, but I will focus a lot on play-based activities where you can still introduce important preschool concepts such as letters and reading and counting and just number recognition, but in a fun play-based way. So the activities in this video are grouped. The first part will be on the number practice, but in a way that you can introduce it as a play and a craft. Then I also have all kinds of art activities that are fun for the summer and also sensory activities and a few cool things that I found recently. All right, let's get started. For this first activity, you will need cardstock, Elmer's glue, or just a regular craft glue. I also have those craft stamps in the shape of the flowers. They're a set of 6 and Scarlett got them for her birthday. I will link them for you below. They're sold on Amazon and we love those. They're really great for developing the fine motor skills and also just for fun craft projects. We use them a lot. So the way this activity works, first we cut out 2 different colors of flowers, and then on a piece of paper I had written number 13 because we're working on our numbers from 10 to 20, and Scarlett had to count out 13 flowers. As she counted out 13 flowers, I put the rest of them away and we started working on our flower garden. When she completed all the counting, she made a grass and then we glued on the flowers. To make this activity even more fun and practice the numbers, you can also number all of the flowers from 1 to 13. And another thing that I usually do in all of those activities is I have my children write their name, or if they're younger, just to trace it. Number 1. Where is 1? Yeah, take this one and put it on number 1. Take only one. Only one. Good job. I'll help. Подожди. Yes. Number 1. This next activity also works on counting, but for younger children, you can make it more complicated and you will see how. So basically, I have 5 circles that have an appropriate number of dots in them from 1 to 5. And on sticky notes, I have the numbers from 1 to 5. What Justin is doing, we're going, okay, what is the first number? 1. Show me where is number 1. Then he found 2, 3, 4, and 5 respectively on this activity. The reason why this activity is great for younger preschool kids, I would say 2.5 to 3.5, because it also is working on their fine motor skills. Little sticky notes are hard to pull off and you have to practice your pencil grasp, and that's one of those important skills that is very important for preparation and writing.
5.
The second part of the activity is to match additional sticky notes without any numbers and make flowers with petals. For 1, we put only 1 petal. For number 2, we put 2 petals. And again, we go all the way through number 5. The longer you can get your child excited about sticky notes, the better it is, because it is that fine motor skills practice that I talked about earlier. And honestly, kids typically really like sticky notes. Here is a modified version of this activity for older children. You can make it in any kind of shapes and you can increase it up until number 10. Make sure that the top row stays in 5 because it's easier to remember that way. Moving on to the art and crafts section, this is a bubble painting activity I've seen for a few summers and I thought to try it out. We're using the watercolor paper. I have 3 different bowls with bubble solution and food coloring. I usually include the kids into making of all of my activities because honestly that's almost as fun as doing them. The bubble painting actually turned out really fun. We would do this one outdoors, but there was a rainy day when we were doing it and it was a bit messy. I got quite a bit of bubble solution on the walls, but it was an easy wipe out, so if you don't let it sit, you probably will be okay. Kids really enjoyed this one and I think we definitely will be doing it again. This next project is something between STEM and art. You will need a creamer, gel food coloring, mine is from Wilton. Then you will need a few lids from jars. I use the protein powder lids and dish soap. So what we did first, I got the kids to pour their creamer, each of them, in the container. Then they added different colors of the gel food coloring. I always have it on hand and we use it for many projects, as you've noticed in this video. Then they used Q-tips to add the dish soap to their mixtures. The science behind is that fat in milk is soluble by the dish soap, so it starts running away. For this next activity, you will need baking trays, gel food coloring, Q-tips, water, and salt because we are making colored ice. So Scarlett first squeezed out gel food coloring into the containers in a baking tray. Then we pre-measured the amount of water that she will need to pour in, and she added it. Scarlett is really good at doing all of these projects just because we've been doing it for so many years. And after that, we used Q-tips to mix it all in, and it made for a beautiful craft project on its own because Q-tips got colored and she used them for an art project later. So then we added dinosaurs and froze them as little colored blocks. It honestly turned out beautiful. We left it overnight in our freezer, and then here is the final result. This is probably one of the prettiest projects. I layered paper towels. You can also use watercolor paper because in essence it is a watercolor. So we enjoyed really a lot this project. We actually have done quite a few different types of colored ice. We added some watercoloring to the ice and put it in the freezer in the Ziploc bags, and it made those really cool solid blocks of ice that kids just chiseled. You can freeze some dinosaurs inside those as well. So there's lots of fun things you can do with the colored ice. The only thing, it is messy, so that's the reason why I'm using my plastic tub from Target. I shared this foam in my summertime essentials video where I shared with you all of our toys and stuff that we use outdoors to have fun, and we use this one. This is a great alternative to shaving cream. If you use shaving cream for any of your sensory bends or your activities, this is made with soap. It is really foamy. We use it with water balloons as a sensory experience and just for fun. Then the kids filled up their cupcake shapes with it, so we made some of the cupcakes and then we just sprayed it all over each other. But again, this is a great alternative, much safer one than the shaving cream. It smells good, non-toxic, and it comes with several colors, so you don't have to worry about using food coloring on shaving cream and then it's a big mess. The last thing I want to share in this video is the dance streamers. This is actually Justin's find. If you don't know much about our family, Justin is my husband. And Scarlett has been asking about those. She never asked me, but he bought her the dance streamers, and we've had like the blast, especially like on a rainy day at home. If you want to do something extra, it's really fun. It's also great for body coordination by lateral movement, so you can ask your child to do circles with one hand and circles with that, and then do it together, and then do the snakes and do all kinds of fun things. We actually had a blast as a family using those, and it was really fun. So if you have a rainy day or if you are just stuck indoors for any kind of reason, this is really good to have on hand. Of course, make sure you're safe. Don't leave it around children without properly explaining how to use it, because especially for younger ones, it's still a choking hazard. But nonetheless, it was $7 for the 12 of them. We found it on Amazon, so I'll leave the link below. I hope you enjoyed this video and I gave you some good ideas on how to keep your little ones busy. As I mentioned, make sure to check out my homeschool playlist because there's lots of activities that you can do even over the summer, and there are also activities for kids and Montessori at home to learn more and get more ideas. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a like, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you later.